Well, well, well. Look what the cat dragged in. Or rabbit? Okay, I know what you're thinking. You're like, whoa, holy shit, why did you disappear and become furry now? To which I say, are you really surprised? Come on, let's hear it. These sprites are way cuter than my last ones. And also, on that note, you've been watching videos about Sonic characters, which, if you didn't notice, are furry. So it's not me being a furry, it's us being furries. Really makes you think. I've been getting some comments asking if I'm dead. The answer to that is no, clearly. In fact, here's my blue sky, and here's my Instagram, so you can see I have in fact been alive all this time. I'm also gonna change the channel name to match those handles, so it's gonna be Vanilla Sugar, so when it changes, yeah. You go, what change? It was Vanilla Sugar the whole time. The channel name has never changed ever, not even once. And I go, wow, thanks, you're so perceptive. To all three of you that have been asking me to post videos again, your prayer has been answered. Actually, I improved a lot since my last video. Check these pieces out, and these pieces. You see that purple kitsune girl? Yeah, I got a lot to say about that one. Her name is Midori and none of my OCs can be brain rot like she does. Her and that black cat, who's not my character, but I love them so much I got a lot to say about them too. But their time is not now, and you should feel thankful for that, because once the floodgates open, they will not close. You've been warned. Anyway, I figured since it's been a while, why don't we celebrate me being let out of my cage with another old art video? Like, why the hell not? I have so much of this shit I can make as many goddamn videos as I want about it. Though, can we get an L for the old fanfic of my old OCs video I was working on? All the art I did for that is so old it's unusable, so I'll have to wait. It's fine. We're used to waiting around here. To spice it up, since I've been promising it for the last 500 years, I have a couple pieces of non-Sonic art in here. Only a couple, don't get too scared. We're just dipping our toes into other fandoms. I won't spoil what they are, but, well, they're something. Now, what we've all been waiting for. Release the cringe. I know I said release the cringe less than 15 seconds ago, but can I take that back? Can we put the cringe back? We're starting off a little too strong here. I know you miss seeing Lemon Square's face. I didn't, but I know you did. So here she is in black and white. Guys, I'm gonna be so real with you right now. When I drew this, I thought I ate. This was drawn in color first, and then I remember thinking to myself, wait, I know how to make this dramatic. What if she were in grayscale, but only her tears were colored? God, I'm a genius. Well, I ate something. Not this, but I'm sure I had at least one meal the day this was drawn. It's important to me that you know this image's title on DeviantArt was, quote, "This is War." War? Huh? Excuse me? Is the war in the room with us right now? Is the war Lemon Square versus the clouds that are encroaching way too close to her giant-ass noggin? Which, by the way, I can't deal with the hyper-realistic cloud brush behind the shittily drawn Sonic character. Nor can I with the rain brush that's falling in two different directions. Is the rain bisexual, actually? I also know she's supposed to be sad and I'm supposed to feel for her here, but why does she look so angry with me? Like, girl, I'm sorry, but what the hell did I do? Like most of my dramatic pictures in the dark, this also had absolutely no context. What's the war? Couldn't tell you. Why is she crying? Who knows? Why is she standing stance as fuck with her arms plastered to her sides and her feet bowing two completely different directions? I don't know. Art? This isn't the point at all, but I love how that cowlick is so severe it looks like you can pick her up like she's a fucking purse. Like, you know, just yoink! Maybe that's what the war was. Lemon versus every old woman who's tried to use her as an exotic handbag. Well, let's take this off the screen, and surely we won't see any other Sonic characters facing directly at the screen as they're crying in the rain. So yeah, about that. Did you want to see the same picture? But again? Look, I'll even change the character for you, and give her an umbrella, and have her close her eyes. She's still gotta be a rabbit, but just for you, I'll even give her some color. Look, now that's basically a brand new piece. You don't like it? God, you're so ungrateful after everything I do for you. Unbelievable. This was drawn after the previous image, and I guess I thought I not only ate, but I ate so hard that I went, you know what I should draw? That image. But again, God, I'm so fucking smart. I know I've definitely showed this character before, So everyone say welcome back Future the Rabbit, whose name is now Jinx for the record, because Future is a terrible name. Who gives birth and goes, wow, my beautiful baby girl who looks just like Cream the Rabbit? Future would be such a lovely name for her. Like, girl, please. All I've done here is show you the same exact picture, but again, and now in color. At least she has an umbrella this time, but considering the fact that it's only covering about a third of that giant-ass cranium she's got, it's not really doing her any good. Is Jinx also canonically shorter than Lemon Square, seeing as Lemon Square's head was literally touching the storm clouds, yet Jinx, has about an inch before she gets electrocuted whenever the lightning comes in? This also doesn't have anything to do with whatever the hell this scene is supposed to be, Jinx copying Lemon's already wrong homework, I guess. But I like that because her shirt is half black, it makes her right side look naked. Like, it looks like she's only wearing half a shirt. I guess if my day was going bad enough to the point I somehow put a half shirt on my body and left the door, I'd also go dramatically cry in the rain about it. Maybe she's crying because one time I got a comment from an adult on some art of her saying she sucks. Literally. I'm pretty sure I told that story before, but I'm going to mention it again because that was unhinged. Brother, I was a child. Like, yeah, she was a cringe OC, and yes, that umbrella looks ready to snap off that log it's somehow hinged on, but only I get to say that. Or well, I guess we all get to say that now. Go on. Call her cringe. I know you want to. I'm a big girl now. I can take it. Alright, moving on. Let's hopefully get out of the damn rain. I know what you're thinking. You're looking at this and going, God, tell me who this MILF is. And I can't believe I've never shown Lemon's mom? Okay, so this is a lot should be my catchphrase at this point. But hear me out. This is a lot. The pros are we're officially out of the rain. The cons are literally everything else. If you don't know the Lemon Square lore, let me school you for a second here. Sit down, because this is about to be a lot. Lemon's mom was named Lilia, and at a big 19 years old, she gave birth to Lemon. However, when she gave birth, it was thundering, which I guess is why Lemon felt the need to cry in the rain, actually. And I guess this is the world's most incompetent hospital, because one of the windows in the delivery room was open? So lightning struck Lilia, and because she was hooked up to the hospital machines, which I guess were somehow evil, she became a demon? And also a weeb, because she changed her name to Akuma. I guess that's what you do when you give birth and suddenly become demonic. So what you're looking at right here is Akuma the rabbit, but wait, there's fucking more, because in that whole lightning nonsense, Akuma somehow got sealed in the brain of her infant daughter and could only appear if she took control of the body. So yes, Lemon went through an evil magical girl transformation to become her mom sometimes, who's also a demon. I wish I could explain myself. I'm just as confused as you all are. Getting back to the actual art here, I have to say, I'm obsessed with how being a demon gives you jagged edges on every corner of your body, including on your body, because I guess all demons need to rip their shirts. And have one arm? Where's the other arm? Am I supposed to assume that it's under that incredibly long emo bang? Which, by the way, I love that I can barely see this bitch. I would ask if someone could turn the lights on, but you know what? That would mean I'd have to see her clearly. And no, this is fine. I think the funniest thing of all time is even though I never drew colored art of her as Lilia, I just know in my heart that I made her a light lavender, so that it was a big brain move for her to turn dark purple as a demon. You know how it is. Eggplant, the most demonic color of all time. Or aubergine if you're British. So yeah, I just needed you to see Akuma, because I had to see her, and quite frankly, that isn't fair. Okay, next! I guess Akuma changed back into Lemon Square or whatever because Lemon couldn't handle her mom having the spotlight. There was a point in my childhood where the song Don't Stop Believing really had me in a chokehold for some reason, and now there's physical evidence of it. And chat, I gotta say, I wish there wasn't. I don't even hate the song now, like, it's fine, I just hate this. What is going on here? I can't with the fact that the just a small town girl part has Lemon all happy in a background of vague pink sparkles. For the record, I've lived in suburbia my entire life, and you know what? It shows in this picture. Why is she so happy about allegedly being from bumfuck nowhere? Why does bumfuck nowhere look like if the sky dramatically glitched? What is up with those whips of stars? I wish that would whip me, honestly. Then we get to the second panel, and I'm like, I can't with this either! Girl, why does she look like that? What is going on with her head and arms? I'm not sure what this pose was even supposed to be. Is the world so lonely that the only two things that exist in it are a gray background and what I'm assuming is supposed to be a table? I don't think it's supposed to be a bar, but God, imagine if it was supposed to be a bar. Imagine Lemon strolling up to be an alcoholic 2 seconds after her pink sparkly anime moment. Which, by the way, the mood whiplash in this is insane. Girl, what happened? Are you okay? Do you need to talk about it? And then we get to more Lemon crying in the rain while facing directly at the camera! Encore! It's so goddamn funny, but because you can see the words any and where are 2 different colors, and I'm pretty sure that's because I wrote the wrong word at first. It's not as funny as her being out in the rain again, though. Like, you know, if I had a nickel for every time Lemon cried in the rain, I'd have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but please, make it stop happening. At least her pose is a little different, but I kinda can't with that rubber hose arm. Is there like a hand somewhere at the end of that tunnel, or is that a noodle that's been attached to the side of her body? What I should have drawn after this is Lemon getting pneumonia for how many times she's been standing in the rain, but knowing me, I did this a 3rd time somewhere. I know I did. I couldn't be stopped. Also, this comic sucks since no one said it yet. Moving on. Ah! Warrior Cat jump scare! Look, I told you I threw just a few amount of other fandoms in here, and I feel like it's infinitely more funny to just throw them in at random times. Sick of looking at Lemon crying in the rain? Don't worry, I hear you. Here's the cat bleeding out. If you couldn't tell by the fact I named one of my old OCs Leafstar the Hedgehog, I was a big Warrior Cat kid. However, I absolutely hated drawing cats for some reason, so this is the only piece of Warriors-related art that I have. And like, you know, came out pretty strong with my one and only Warriors piece. I literally made this character, then immediately went, you know what I should do? Draw her dying. Like, please, a girl needed some help back then. This character's name was Bramblelight, and yes, that was just me mashing up Bramblestar and Briarlight's names because I liked them. Good mantra for light. You like something? Just take it. Who's gonna stop you? God? The Aaron Hunters? I bet I could take on all of them. Does this character have any backstory? She was a warrior. And now she's dying. So that's about it. Does having really fat paws count as a personality? What about the world's biggest forehead or world's most scrunched face? Seriously, girl, with all that forehead real estate we're working with, we could have really stretched out the facial features a bit. At least she's happy while she's bleeding out, I guess? Her eyebrows are on a different continent, so if you pretend you don't perceive them, she definitely looks happy. Then again, that wound looks like the time I accidentally spilled chili oil on my dog, so like, maybe she's fine, and just sleeping in the void because no one pays their goddamn light bill around here. But then again, she's a cat. Idiot doesn't even know what a fucking car is. I'm sorry, a monster? Give me a break. Next! Don't worry, we're back to Sonic. This time a Cedrian, which I also hated drawing, and I'm sure you can just tell by looking at this. Okay, so what makes this piece really funny is the fact that this is not my character. This was an old friend's character, and I'm pretty sure this was for an art trade. God, what in fuck's name was wrong with me? My friend went, hey, want to do an art trade? I'll draw you some cute lemon art. And I went, yeah, sure. Let me traumatize your OC with the dark horrors in return. Like, please, why did I draw this? The darkness is creeping up on you, Anna? Really? The darkness is already here. The darkness has been here. Every fucking picture I've shown so far has had the darkness creeping up. We're miles past that at this point, dude. Though, once again, I know I ate with that spotlight coming from under her, showing off the fact that the background was a black to red gradient. I know I thought to myself, damn, I'm an art god. This has never been done before. Which, I guess I was right in a way. This has never been done before. I've never seen eyes drawn that ugly before, so it was definitely a first. Could you imagine being the friend that received this? Like, she should have showed up at my door 2 hours later to beat me up. I remember this character being so cute too, and I put 2 cones on her head and called it a day. Miss Anastasia, I'm so sorry I did this to you. It'll never happen again. My old friend, if you're somehow watching this, you're free to be at my doorsteps in 2 hours to beat me up. Oh my god, she figured out sapphics exist. Well, these are both my characters. You've seen Claire before on the right, and on the left is a girl named Strawberry. Was this a ship? No, because I hated, and I still do hate, shipping my own OCs together. Why did I draw this then? I don't know. Let's go lesbians? What even is this? Like, I'm pretty sure this was my best attempt at drawing lingerie, but between the granny panties and the ugliest baby doll I've ever seen, it was not a good one. Then again, I was a kid drawing this, so if it was good, I think I'd be scared. And I'd also have to call the town guards or something. I kind of love how I just gave up on Claire's left hand. Like, girl, where did it go? Where did Strawberry's hand go? Clearly the foreplay isn't very good if we're having amputations mid, sitting weirdly in the dark and giving each other the most uncomfortable looks of all time. Then again, Strawberry over there only has half an ear, so I guess losing body parts was just on par for the course with these two. Can we also talk about the hair? Because it's absolutely killing me on both of them. Claire needs to fire whoever did her last haircut because that's the most uneven cut I've ever seen in my life. But what is Strawberry doing? Like, not the micro bangs, but at the last second she decided she also wanted to sort of but not really have emo bangs because there's still a peekaboo moment in there. Honestly, maybe a great hairstyle to anyone who can't commit to anything. She certainly didn't commit to Claire. Got him! For the record, I love how I used to draw blush and tears the exact same way. Was Lemon blushing blue, or are these two crying pink? We may never know. You know what? At least I did something here. The world needs more gay art, even if it's bad. Granted, I draw brighter gay art now, and this will also haunt me until the end of time, but still, let's go lesbians, even if they're giving each other the ugly-ass looks. Oh my god, it's the forbidden Pokemon art! It's real! She hasn't just been lying, it really exists! And we all wish that it didn't! I also hope you weren't expecting anything less than a black background, because I wasn't. I never am. When I see something without a black background at this point, I get jump scared. Like, ah! Color! So this is a super old OC named Callista. She was a shiny furry Gajinka I made after catching a shiny furry in Soul Silver of the same name. And I keep saying it. I'm sorry, but I can't with this. Brother, what are we doing here? She's supposed to be peacefully asleep, but why in the name of the good Lord is she just on some dark ground somewhere? Why is the spotlight on her? How is she staying asleep on the concrete while some dick blasts her with lights? What was the vision here? Because I'm afraid to say, I'm not seeing it. On second note, maybe she's not supposed to be asleep. Maybe she's supposed to have been passed out. Maybe after tragically and horrifically breaking her leg in 2 pieces, she dropped like a rock and the spotlight is from an ambulance. We can only hope at this point. Can we also talk about the stars in the background? I'm literally counting 12 stars in that sky. I feel like I just gave up at one point and went, you get the point. But like, do you? Do I? Considering I'm not sure where the hell we are in this picture, I don't think I do. What's funny is this wasn't her usual outfit or hairstyle. This was supposed to be her in her sleep clothes. So that's implying she deliberately changed into her sleep clothes, went outside, and fell asleep. On the ground. In the middle of nowhere. She also lost her other arm at some point during that turn of events. Because, Chief, I'm not seeing it anywhere in this picture. She may have also had the same hairstylist as Claire. In which case that bitch needs to be fired. Who's letting them get away with all these terrible cuts? We're done! We made it somehow! So what have we learned? We don't make our OCs sleep on the pavement outside under the world's saddest stars and pretend like that's normal. We also don't give our OCs evil magical girl transformations to become their moms. These are some pretty good lessons. And now, if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that dislike button for all the trauma I've inflicted upon you today. I made you look at Lemon's mom, so like, I deserve that one. Also be warned, I have more video ideas brewing, but now they involve my current OCs. Forget about my old ones. You will learn about my current brain ruts. You will. You have no choice. I mean, you can choose to like, not watch, but like, you'd never, right? We're besties, right? Come on, I know you're cool. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys!